Saudi would have beat the Argentine today. We didn't see that happening. But take nothing away from the Saudis. I thought they were tremendous from the first whistle to the last whistle. And can we see an upset tonight again, you know, against the defending champions? But it's certainly exciting. The tournament starting to build, and everyone is getting quite excited by it, Carol.
Oh, very, very exciting stuff, especially ahead of this encounter. So we are live at the Al Janoub Stadium as we get Group D's action underway. As Dwight rightfully said, defending champions, the Lay Blue, as we know, when it comes to the World Cup, always difficult for the defending champions to defend it.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think anybody has actually been able to do that, if I'm correct. I'm sure about it. So it's been a long time that has happened. Do I see that happening again this time around? I think with the injuries that the French have sustained in recent time, I think it makes it a little bit difficult. Had they had all the players at their disposal, maybe I could say they have a very good chance of defending it. But without that, who's to say that they can't go on to do it? But it's going to be a challenging one for them. I think it's interesting. As the champions, you want to see them, you know, in this first game, and then you can decide as to where they have the squad to cope with the missing players that they already been missing from the squad. But it's setting up to be a fascinating game. Certainly on the back of Saudi upsetting against the Argentine. I think this is probably a making. Yeah, it's likely to happen tonight, but I doubt it. But we'll see.
Well, they come up against familiar foes. They'll remember the Socceroos from 2018, and Australia gave France a really tough time then. France eventually managing, of course, to beat them 2-1. You've managed to speak to some of the management team from the Socceroos. Yes, you did. Tell us what was mentioned, what was discussed, what the atmosphere and the feeling is like.
Well, they were very reluctant to tell me too much because it's obviously in hand, and they know I'm here working for, you know, Super Sports. So they kept it very quiet. But the feedback that I got from them is like they're not going to sit back. They're going to have a go at the French. I think they all looked at what Iran did against England when they sat back and saw that negative response, which turned out that England really dominated them. And I think now we watch Saudi take on the Argentine, realize the positive outcome. So I think they've been able to sit back in their hotel, watch these games, and I think the manager said, well, hold on a minute, we got a free pass here. Let's have a go at the French, especially with the players that they're missing. Let's test them to see what they're capable of doing.
Does Australia have the players to get a positive result today?
Well, the players that are coming from Australia, they're not household names. And, you know, talking to Rene just told me that this is a team that has been building for 4 years. They brought in 1 or 2 late additions, but it's a team that is built on their structure, their formation, the balance and how they play. They're not going to go away from that too much. But in terms of household names, there's not too many in there. I think the golden era of the Australian, where the Viduka and Harry Koo, there's no longer that. But they've got a surprise. They got this young kid called Buran Kaloon, who is, we played in our league, obviously in Australia. I think he's got the potential, if he's been given the chance, that he can certainly turn on the style if he gets going. But he's one to watch.
I know when the competition started, you were very eager to predict. Are you still that eager to give us a prediction for this match?
Well, listen, we've seen one upset today. I don't think it's going to happen again. I really don't. As much as I would like Australia to sort of cause them upset, but I just don't see it. I think the French got too much in their locker. They got too much. And arguably, for me, the best player in world football right now, Mbappe, you know, and to have him the star player, we know we talk about Messi and Ronaldo, but this is a new kid on the block. And I think the Australian will find it hard to contain him, not just with his pace, but his ability to score goals as well. So I think they got too much in the locker. But again, I've been wrong before.
Hey, yeah, not just you. Many of us have been so wrong before, so far in the World Cup. All right, so looking forward to the kickoff of this matchup as, of course, we see the world champions trying to defend it. It's going to be a really, really tough one with Thomas and the team.